indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Missy, did you start? They're already on. I think they're all good to go.
Okay, we'll call the Rock-Hawcreek School Corporation School Board to order on Monday, April 20th, 2026. First item on the agenda will be the approval of the April 7th, 2026 minutes.
I move we accept the minutes for the April 7th meeting.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the April 7th minutes. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is public comments. Daniel Elliott requests a public comment. Our public comments are limited to 3 minutes.
My only question is, why have we stopped posting this on for our agendas? Because up until like 3 meetings ago, you had this, but you also had everything else, and we don't have that anymore. Because the reason I got brought up, I asked about the lights going on there, because that was on the agenda. And the other thing you run into is the last meeting, I tried to watch, because I was out of town. I mean, there's no hearing, the volume was not working. So I have to email Sean to get a review, or you can't keep up with it. And I mean, I don't understand what has changed about that, because those were on there up until this is the 3rd meeting in a row now. And I shouldn't have to.
I understand your question. I can clarify for you if you want. Two different issues: the sound and not being able to hear the volume. Last time there was a technical issue, and we did get tech to resolve that. And so I think that's why we've got all the microphones up here tonight. So I think everybody will be able to hear us loud and clear tonight. As far as what we've posted, it has been for years. Actually a decade or more, past practice to post the general agenda, and then the whiteboard is what's available here. I think the one you're referring to, this agenda, which is the whiteboard version, was inadvertently posted on the website before that meeting. So you had access to it beforehand, but this is the document that can change all the way up to before the meeting, so it's hard to keep updated. So we bring that to the public that's here, and we are looking at ways that maybe the public could view that in real time during the meeting as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I get what you're saying, but there were several meetings in a row that had it there, so if it was a mistake, that's fine. But you can't follow along because we can't see that if you're at home.
And that's what I'm saying, is we're looking at ways that could be seen while you're watching at home, so that everybody has access to that during the meeting. It's just not going to be populated ahead of time because we're still making changes all the way up to the meeting. So.
Yeah, but shouldn't you have like an idea of what you're talking about? The only reason I ask is like the previous meeting I came into, I asked if you added something, which is fine, but that should go back and be able to be seen because you added it and you add that, and we can at least see what you're talking about, because we know that's not an agenda. That's just the organization of the meeting.
But it is an agenda. They're not even required to have an agenda by law. They're not required to have one.
They're not?
No.
The open door policy in the state?
Go back and look. Go back and look.
Didn't Governor Brown pass that in like 24 that the open door process?
There is no
But,
requirement.
okay, I understand that, but I've also been told that I'm unsatisfiable on anything, but I drag my butt in here to be a part of this. I'm not just coming in here to bitch and complain. I got kids here, and I wanna see you guys do good.
I'm just telling you that by law, there's no requirement to have an agenda. So for
That's kinda snaky.
when you say that this is not an
That's
agenda.
not an agenda,
This
sir.
is an agenda.
Tell me what's on that agenda.
That's-
That's just
thank-
not a meeting.
You want me to read it for you?
Thank you for your comments.
All right.
Next item on the agenda will be the approval of the payroll and vendor claims.
We have payroll date of April 10th, 2026.
Chair will entertain a motion to approve payroll of April 10th.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to approve payroll of April 10th. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Personnel.
All right, we've got our recommendation for volunteers. There's a list on the board, and in your packet, I recommend that we approve these volunteers as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the volunteers as presented. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Next up, occupational therapist Sydney Abbott has submitted her letter of resignation effective at the conclusion of the 25-26 school year. Mr. President, I recommend the board approve Sydney Abbott's resignation as presented.
Chair will entertain a motion to approve the resignation of our occupational therapist.
I'll make a motion to approve the resignation of the occupational therapist Sydney Abbott at the end of the school year.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion?
I'll just clarify that this is one of our shared service opportunities. So we employ Ms. Abbott currently as occupational therapist, and we share with 3 other school districts. And so we will be, when we post, that as of right now, those relationships are still in place, and we'll be posting for a full-time occupational therapist that will be shared with those 3 districts. And we are actually having a shared service meeting later this week, and I'll give you any details after that meeting if anything needs to change. But we look at our caseloads and all of that when we do that. So this will be something we do need to post for as well.
How hard is that gonna be to fill?
Difficult. Any of our shared service, special service needs, a lot of schools are having to outsource and do contracted services, which is more costly. We were fortunate to have a full-time person. In this situation, she's looking to move into a different, larger district, closer to home, I believe. So,
She did come from Earlywood, correct?
yes, yes.
Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
All right, thank you. Hope Principal Kyle Wheeler is asking for approval to post for an internal summer school teaching position. Mr. President, I recommend the board approve the posting for an internal summer school teaching position.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve an internal summer school teaching position. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Okay, next up we have Principal Chris Fortune is asking to approve Andrea Reed to teach summer school for the 26 summer session at Hauser. Mr. President, I recommend the board approve Andrea Reed to teach the 26 summer school session at Hauser.
Mr. President. Yep, second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve Andrea Reed to teach the 2026 summer school session at Hauser. Any discussion? Was this put up, was this something on the agenda last week?
I believe he's got, we have posted, let me
It has
see.
been posted.
Well, each year, I know she's one of the teachers that has done it from year to year,
Yes.
and he asked for any interested candidates, so he's approving her. But I do think, let me see, in the superintendent's report, he's asking for the dates to clarify when it will run.
Okay.
But he's already put the posting out there
Okay.
to ask anybody who's interested, so.
Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you. And then the last part on the personnel report I have is teacher Audrey Bush has submitted her letter of resignation effective May 26 of 2026. She stated it's been an absolute joy to work at Hauser. She's thankful that she's able to finish her teaching career here as a Jet. Mr. President, I recommend the board approve Audrey Bush's resignation effective May 26 of 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the resignation of Audrey Bush effective May 26, 2026. Any other discussion?
Just to pass along thanks for everything she's done. Both my kids loved her.
And I believe you'll see her around at some of our events. She is a very, she is a Jet fan through and through for sure.
Very good. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now, next up was the superintendent's report.
Okay, we have our second reading of those policy updates. Again, we had these policies in our policy manual prior, and these were updated to reflect the most current recommendations from our State Board of Accounts and for some of our audit findings. So F300, F300E1, which is our administrative guideline for that, and E2, time and effort logs. Those need to be approved. And then F125, purchasing procedures and capital assets. That's a revision. I have those in your packet. You've had it for a little while. You saw those revisions. We will make those, we're making this recommendation upon your approval, and we'll make a clean copy of this and add it to our policy manual.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the policy changes of F300, F300-E1, F300-E2, and F125.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the policies as presented.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the policy changes. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Okay, Hauser Principal is, Chris Fortune's asking for approval to run that summer school from starting May 27th through June 18th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. each day. This is a continuation of approximately the same dates and times we've ran in the past. So, Mr. President, I'm asking that you approve the summer school dates as presented.
Make a motion to approve the summer school from May 27th to June, May 27th to June 18th from 8 to 11 each day.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the summer school from May 27th to June 18th. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you. Hope Elementary Principal Kyle Wheeler is asking for approval to run his summer school program from July 13th through the 23rd. It will be 8 to 11 each day as well. Mr. President, I recommend the board approve summer school date for the elementary.
Move to accept the dates for elementary summer school.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to accept the dates of July 13th to 23rd for the summer school for the elementary. Any other discussion?
Why do we not run those concurrently? Is there such a gap between the two?
Go and get a little closer to which.
I'm gonna let Kyle take his side of things, because we used to run them a little bit closer, and then when we started our Jump Start program and trying to get the kids ready for elementary, that was why we made the shift. Anything you want to add to that is on the elementary side of things?
Truly, we used to run it in that June timeframe early. However, we've been very fortunate recently to where our third grade IRE passing rates have been strong enough where we don't have a strong contingent that needs to be remediated to retake IRE. And so with that, we focus more on our second graders that might have need a little bit of a kickstart into going into third grade and that year for IRE. So we then look to build into the year rather than tack on to the end of the year. So just trying to prep them and get them started and get them off on the right foot leading into their third grade year.
And then at the high school side, we find that it's more productive to catch them as they're ending. If they're credit deficient, we just keep them rolling through that. And there is a deadline. If they were somebody who failed to meet the graduation requirement on graduation, they can still work through the summer to fulfill those. And so we have a longer runway. And if somebody was able to stay for the whole summer and we had administrative approval, they might, I've seen people running into July, past that date on maybe a credit recovery online and with an administrator monitoring. So it gives us more flexibility if we do the front end for the high school, gives us a longer time in the summer. Whereas, as Kyle said, the elementary, we like them to be fresh coming in and get a little bit of a warm up before they hit the ground running in August. So,
Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
All right, Kyle Wills asking for approval for the 5th grade to go on an out-of-state field trip to Kings Island on May 14th of 2026. Mr. President, I recommend the board approve this 5th grade out-of-state field trip to Kings Island.
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the field trip to Kings Island on May 14th, 2026 for the 5th grade. Any discussion? Have you checked to make sure the weather will be good and not raining? It seemed to me like last year was not a good, very good year.
Cincinnati area, so close to Indiana, the weather's kind of unpredictable. It's still Indiana weather there too, so don't know what we're gonna get.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Good luck.
That concludes the superintendent's report.
Okay. Other business.
I do have one item for other business, actually 2 items, and they're both to deal with postings. As you saw the breaking news today, our head boys basketball coach, Trent Moorhead, is leaving for Center Grove, and we are anticipating a head coaching opening. None of that has been finalized to this point, but the word's out there, and we need to get ahead of, especially with our meeting schedule, we want to make sure we're ahead of the process. So we would like to post, I'm asking that we post for a head boys varsity basketball coaching position, an anticipated position opening.
So moved.
Second. Motion been made and seconded to post for an anticipated head boys basketball coach for the Hauser. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
All right, and then with that, in that vein, I'd also like to post for a general Hauser teaching position. We'll do multiple subject areas from math, English, and potentially science, and mark that as a potential general studies position for Hauser High School.
Chair will entertain a motion to post for a general Hauser teaching position.
So moved.
A second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
That concludes the other business I have.
I just want to say, with the Rock-Hawcreek Flat Rock Area Endowment, we had a large number of grant applications. We are in the process of going through those. And on the scholarship side, we had a record number of scholarships, and all of them have been notified and invited that their dinner, only the recipient of the scholarship will get a free meal at the alumni banquet where they will be presented to the alumni, so on May 16th. So big thing. Let's put it this way, we're giving out 45 scholarships. I would hope we get over 300, right up to about 350 people this year. It'd be nice. So there you go.
Thank you, Pat, for the update.
Any other business to come before the board? Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.